Let's talk about something even scarier than any ghost story you've ever heard: the fate of your money, the US dollar. Headlines everywhere scream "dollar collapse" in bold, alarming letters. But is this real economic doom, or just another case of financial folklore and overblown fear? The dollar isn't just cash, it's the world's reserve currency, giving the US huge global influence and power. Before we panic, let's investigate. Is the dollar's power really fading, or are we just spooking ourselves with rumors? Grab your wallet, we're hunting for the truth behind the so-called death of the dollar, once and for all. Online, you'll find endless theories about the dollar's demise. Social media feeds, YouTube videos, and financial blogs are packed with dramatic predictions, each more alarming than the last. It's easy to get swept up in the noise, especially when headlines scream about the end of the American dollar as we know it. Some blame America's massive national debt, claiming it'll destroy trust and spark a global sell-off. They argue that as the debt grows, confidence in the dollar shrinks, and the world will eventually turn its back on the currency that has dominated for decades. Others point to countries like China and Russia, supposedly plotting to ditch the dollar for their own currencies. These stories suggest a secret plan to undermine the dollar's power, with global rivals eager to see America's influence fade. Inflation fears add fuel. Rising prices make people worry the dollar is turning to dust. Every trip to the grocery store or gas station becomes a reminder that the money in your wallet might not stretch as far as it used to. Experts predict collapse with every market dip, selling fear and newsletters. Some so-called gurus thrive on panic, offering expensive advice or miracle solutions, all while stoking anxiety about an imminent financial disaster. These stories are compelling because they tap into real anxieties: debt, inflation, and America's place in the world. It's natural to worry about the future, especially when the news is filled with uncertainty and dramatic predictions. But are these warnings real, or just financial ghost stories? Is the dollar truly on the brink, or are we just being spooked by sensational headlines and clever marketing? Let's separate the panic from the facts, and take a closer look at what's really happening behind the headlines. The truth is often more complicated and less terrifying than the stories we're told. Time for a reality check. The US dollar isn't just a piece of green paper, it's the backbone of the global economy, quietly shaping the way the world does business every single day. Why is the dollar so powerful? It's not just about America's size or wealth. The dollar's strength comes from a unique mix of history, trust, and the way the world's financial plumbing is built. After World War II, the world agreed to use the dollar as its main currency. Think of it as the global operating system. Countries everywhere started holding dollars in their reserves, and international trade began flowing through the dollar's channels. Even after the original system ended, the dollar's dominance stuck because switching would be chaotic and risky. Imagine trying to rewire the world's entire financial network overnight. No one wants to take that leap. No other currency is trusted or stable enough to take its place. The euro, yen, and yuan all have their own issues: political uncertainty, limited global reach, or strict government controls. When crises hit, investors run to the dollar, not away from it. It's the world's financial safe haven. In times of panic, people want safety, and the dollar is where they find it. Whether it's a stock market crash, a war, or a pandemic, demand for dollars actually goes up. That's why you'll often see the dollar getting stronger when the world feels uncertain. America's debt is huge, but the world keeps buying US Treasury bonds because they need dollars to trade. These bonds are seen as ultra-safe, and they're the easiest way for countries and investors to park their money. This exorbitant privilege lets the US borrow more cheaply than anyone else. It's like having a credit card with the world's lowest interest rate, simply because everyone wants what you're offering. The system is self-reinforcing. Global demand keeps the dollar strong, even when the US stumbles. The more people use the dollar, the more essential it becomes, making it even harder to replace. The dollar's power isn't invincible, but it's deeply entrenched. Its roots run through every corner of the world's financial system, making it tough to dig out. So, is collapse around the corner? The evidence says, not likely. As long as the world needs a safe, reliable currency, the dollar's reign is set to continue. What if the dollar did weaken? You'd feel it fast. Imported goods and travel would get pricier. Gas prices would spike, since oil is priced in dollars worldwide. Higher fuel costs mean everything from groceries to gadgets would cost more. But a weaker dollar could help U.S. exports. American-made goods become cheaper abroad, boosting some industries and jobs. It's a double-edged sword, bad for consumers, good for some producers. The dollar's strength creates winners and losers. It's not all doom or boom. The real impact? A complicated balancing act that touches every part of your life. Let's see what the data actually shows. Sensational headlines love to shout about the dollar's crash, but the data tells a much calmer, more nuanced story. It's easy to get swept up in dramatic news cycles, but let's take a closer look at what's really happening beneath the surface. Yes, the dollar's share of global reserves has dropped a bit over the years, but the total amount of dollars held by central banks worldwide is still absolutely massive. In fact, the dollar remains the single largest reserve currency by a wide margin, and its presence is felt in nearly every corner of the globe. Other currencies, like the euro and the Chinese yuan, are slowly gaining ground. But what we're seeing is diversification, central banks spreading their bets, not a wholesale abandonment of the dollar. It's a gradual shift, not a sudden exodus. The euro, for example, is a distant second in the global reserve race. The dollar still wears the crown, and no other currency comes close to challenging its dominance at this point. You might hear about China reducing its US debt holdings, but even after some selling, China still owns hundreds of billions in US treasuries. If they tried to dump it all at once, it would hurt their own economy too. So it's not as simple as it sounds. De-dollarization is a real trend, but so far it's been small and slow. The vast majority of global trade, energy, commodities and more, still happens in dollars, and that's unlikely to change quickly. The network effect is powerful. For most countries and companies, using dollars is simply easier, safer, and more efficient. The world is deeply connected through the dollar. And that connection isn't easy to unwind. Sure, there are cracks in the system, some vulnerabilities and slow changes, but the foundation of the dollar's dominance remains solid and resilient. The dollar-centric system isn't vanishing overnight. Change, if it comes, will be gradual and measured, not sudden or chaotic. So, the scary stories? They make for exciting headlines, but for now, they're mostly hype. The reality is far less dramatic and a lot more stable than the fiction. Suppose the dollar weakens gradually. What changes for you? Imported goods get pricier, so you might buy more American products out of necessity. Jobs in export-heavy industries could grow, while import-reliant sectors might struggle. Investors would look abroad, diversifying into foreign stocks, currencies, and commodities. Retirement portfolios would get more global. America would have to save more and spend less on imports. A big shift in mindset. It's not a sudden disaster, but a slow adjustment. The pain is real, but it's more diet than heart attack. So, is the dollar doomed? The evidence says no. Total collapse is a myth. These are ghost stories, not economic reality. The dollar's dominance is deeply woven into the global system. Change would be slow, not sudden. Real challenges exist: debt, inflation, rising rivals. But they point to gradual shifts, not chaos. A weaker dollar is possible, but not a worthless one. Don't fall for panic. Look at the facts, not the fear. The dollar isn't haunted by doom, just facing a long-term evolution. Stay informed, stay calm, and remember, most financial monsters are just shadows on the wall.
Dear viewers, I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for watching my videos and supporting my channel. Your love and encouragement mean so much to me. However, I have noticed that many of you enjoy the content but haven't subscribed yet. If you truly enjoy my videos and want to see more exciting content in future, I kindly request you to subscribe to my channel, and subscribing is completely free, but it helps me grow, create even better videos, and stay motivated to share some more amazing content with you. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and join our YouTube family today. Your support means the world to me, and together we can make this community even bigger and stronger. Thank you so much for watching. supporting, and being a part of this journey. Dear viewers, I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for watching my videos and supporting my channel. Your love and encouragement mean so much to me. However, I have noticed that many of you enjoy the content but haven't subscribed yet. If you truly enjoy my videos and want to see more exciting content in future, I kindly request you to subscribe to my channel, and subscribing is completely free, but it helps me grow, create even better videos, and stay motivated to share some more amazing content with you. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and join our YouTube family today. Your support means the world to me, and together we can make this community even bigger and stronger. Thank you so much for watching, supporting, and being a part of this journey.